Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Grandstand here on 7 Melbourne this afternoon. A very big coverage of racing, including the big day coming up at Sandown. We're really getting into the jumping season now, and a couple of big races out there, the Australian Hurdle and the Australian Steeplechase. And we're also covering racing from Sydney, Adelaide and Brisbane right throughout the afternoon. So I hope you can stay with us right until 5 o'clock today and find a few winners along the way. Well, first of all, let's check out the scene at Sandown Park for racing there today, and the track condition for racing is slow, track slow, but the weather is fine, and the penetrometer reading out at Sandown this afternoon is 5.96. So track slow, weather fine, penetrometer 5.96. The first event at Sandown Park, there are no scratchings, and that's the Proud Miss Handicap at 20 minutes after 12. The AR Dodson Australian Hurdle Race 2 takeout number 6, Dashing Greg. And, well, we had a Dashing Greg taken out yesterday, Greg Chappell, and here's another one taken out today. The third, the Flinders Handicap and the Bicentenary Steeplechase Race 4 are clear. Race 5, the Samson Handicap takeout number 4, Italic. The Montrose Handicap Race 6 is clear. From Race 7, the Mayfield Handicap, the scratching is number 17, a Lottie. And a late scratching from the final event, Race 8, number 5, Caught Again. So a total of 4 scratchings for Sandown. Let's check the scratchings for Sydney now. Rose Hill today, the track is heavy and the weather is fine, 16 scratchings to report. Race 1, scratchings are 4, Marinsky and number 16, Sindel. Race 2, take out 10, 11 and 12, Call the Tune, Sovereign Bonus and Sweet Breeze. From the third event, scratch number 6, Nakoma. Race 4, number 10, Farzak is out. Race 5, take out number 2, Dazzle. The sixth event in Sydney and the scratchings are number 4, Shadowy Waters and 7, Gimmick. Race 7, 3, King of Indies, 6, Macro Girl and number 8, Gerard. And from race 8, take out 1, Chez Paris, 6, Valid Reason and 10, Reuters News. Adelaide scratchings and 4 scratchings to report there. Track is heavy and the weather is overcast. Race 1, take out 15, French Lute and 16, Castle Royale. Race 2, the scratching is 9, Sean's Sister. The third event, take out number 2, QAn Star. And races 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 are clear of scratchings. Up in Brisbane today, the track is good, the weather is fine. They're racing at Doomben, 7 scratchings to report. Race 1 is clear. Race 2, 8, Pet of Lee and 9, Radler are the scratchings. The third event, take out number 6, Blandford Maid. Race 4 is clear. Race 5, take out 9, Helen's Choice and 17, Windsor Song. Race 6, the scratching is number 5, Apropos. Race 7, number 10, Silver Champagne is out, and the final event on the card is clear of scratchings. So there you have scratchings for all venues around Australia today, heading up with, of course, the big program at Sandown, also racing at Rose Hill in Sydney, Victoria Park in South Australia, and up there in Queensland, in Brisbane, the racing is at Doomben. Now we're getting 100-metre barrier, Marinsky and Sindel are the scratchings, and we have a field of 14 to run. And it looks as though there's only 1 or 2 to move in now for the running of this, the first event. To Paul Ambrosoli for his call of the first event on the card.
Away they go to a good level start indeed. First away was El Bravo over Builder Boy. Getting away well was Swiftly Carson, being ridden up on the inside of those as Grey Missile, followed on the inside by Mighty Lord. They were followed by Night Crusader. Now where's Mighty Reserve? It's getting across from the outside and settling to be in a handy position, followed by Bold Pulse. Nolan's, Volans and Red Pasha were next, and they were followed the inside by Cara Kid from Magic Charger and dropping to the rear, Saluta Regiment. On the inside now, the leader as they go past the 800-metre mark is Grey Missile. In second position on its outside now is Builder Boy. They were followed by El Bravo. Next is Mighty Reserve taking closer order. Swiftly Carson is 3 and 4 wide. Mighty Lord is just behind them. Night Crusader on the fence. Bold Pulse awkwardly positioned. Further back in the race was Cara Kid, Nolan's, Volans, followed by Red Pasha, Saluta Regiment, Magic Charger, and Overlanders at the rear. Grey Missile being tackled by Builder Boy on the home corner. Mighty Reserve and El Bravo are running home well, and for that matter so is Swiftly Carson. And look at the run Mighty Lord's got in the centre. Here's a go, Mighty Lord and Builder Boy together. Mighty Reserve is struggling, coming between them Bold Pulse, but Mighty Lord went to the lead inside the 200. It's looking the goods with 100 to run. Builder Boy is fighting on well on the inside. Mighty Reserve in front. Builder Boy coming again. Mighty Reserve just in front will win. Mighty Reserve gets the money in a photo from Builder Boy. Third was Bold Pulse. A long break in the field to Mighty Reserve. reserve Swiftly Carson. They were followed in by El Bravo. The next one home was Grey Missile, Night Crusader with Magic Charger, Nolan's Volans. Carrick Kid and Red Pulse were next from Saluda Regiment, and Overland was the last one home.
Now, we are going to have to just have a good listen into Paul Ambrosoli here, because he was calling that horse Mighty Reserve, and there is a Major Reserve and a Mighty Lord, and apparently it is number 13, the winner of that race. So it's number 13, Mighty Lord, is the winner. Second placing, number 10, and that is Builder Boy, and third, number 3, Bold Pulse. So it's 13, 10 and 3 after the running of race 1 in Sydney. Now let's check the approximate
line. We wait on Princess Lala to complete the line here, and they'll be ready for the opening race at Sandown, 1,200 metres. Track is slow, the steeple track is heavy. Rasin Barrier 1, the gold cap and the gold armbands, black jacket with a red Maltese cross. Signal given. Racing, he won the start, Raj Sin. Shea Biscay missed it about 3 or 4 lengths and came out pig rooting. Raj Sin, one of the best away here with Verulam and going fast up towards the lead. In the early point, Runny Rose. Now, Runny Rose led Raj Sind, and they're followed by Not Political. Verulam over on the inside, and 2 lengths further back, Galloping Girl, and they're followed by Tip the Waiter. Then Straight Velvet out wide from Proud Swelter, then Roses and Lace from Bayo. Belnaring Beach, Summer Assault, Cotton Girl, well back Princess Lala. They're followed by Brooklyn Blazer, and well out of its ground, Pretty Swish from Shea Biscay. Oh, and hello, last of all is Pop Artist, 700 to go, and Rasin got up on the inside, looked to be travelling okay with Runny Rose. 2 lengths further back in the field, then came Galloping Girl under the whip, third on the outside of Non-Political. Then Straight Velvet, further back Verulam from Proud Swelter, Tip the Waiter and Roses and Lace. In the straight they race 400 out. Rasind on the inside, held together about a neck in front of Runny Rose. The outside, they're locked together down to the 250. 2 or 3 to Not Political, and then further back was Galloping Girl. He's pulled the whip on Rasind. It's a head in front of Runny Rose, who won't give in. 2 lengths further back, Roses and Lace running on well from Not Political. Rasind drew clear with 100 to go. Not Political and Roses and Lace are coming home well. He has to shake the favourite up. It's just in front, Rasin. Roses and Lace pegging it back on the line. They come to it. Oh, Roses and Lace, I reckon, a nose on the line, Rasin. Nothing in it. Third home in the centre is Not Political, a half length away. Pop Artist flew home out wide to run fourth, and Belnaring Beach. Then Bayo, further back Straight Velvet, Summer Assault, Princess Lala. They're followed further back in the field by Verulam, Tip the Waiter, Cotton Girl. Pretty Swish, followed by Proud Swelter pulling up quickly with Runny Rose. And then came Brooklyn Blazer, Galloping Girl, and one of the last in Shea Biscay. Well, the judges called for the photo here after Rasin drew to the front, drew a length and a half in front of Runny Rose, but then down the middle of the track has come Roses and Lace. G. Bamford pegging the leader back with every stride, with Not Political just behind them. And it stopped to a walk near the post, Rasin, and Roses and Lace, as stride by stride, got to it. And the judge calling on the print may go to Roses and Lace on the wire, although it's very, very tight here. Roses and Lace, the outside, and Rasin back on the fence. And third about a half away is Not Political, and the judge calling on the photo. And it's only a guess from the angle here at Sandown that the outside may get up Roses and Lace, but the judge calling on the print. And the print will be down in a moment. Now he's called for a development.
The winner was number 13, and that, of course, was Mighty Lord, and it paid $6.35 for the win, $1.35 for the place. Builder Boy second, $7.80. Third, Bold Pulse, 80 cents. Quinella was $116.90. Trifecta, $18.84.10. They've just jumped in Brisbane.
First success, and Analysis Lad is last of all. As they settle down, Baghdad Boy crosses onto the rails, leads the way by a length. Second place is Flighty Hunter and Duke's Hope going up 3 deep, moving up to be second now. Ruled to win fourth on the inside. One to Coeur de Valet, who's racing one away from the rails, racing on the outside of Noble Red and Narangbar trapped 3 deep at the moment. And together last First Success and Analysis Lad on the inside. And watch the time back there with that other pair. As they head down the side, they've got 700 metres to go. Baghdad Boy is just bobbing along out in front. Baghdad Boy by a neck. Duke's Hope getting up on the outside of Baghdad Boy to worry him a little bit now. They're 3 lengths in front of Flighty Hunter, Ruled to win Narangbar. Then Coeur de Valet picking up ground. Noble Red next on the inside. Then First Success. Analysis Lad, and watch the time. Coming onto the bend, 400 metres out. Baghdad Boy kicks again as they straighten up and leads by almost a length on Duke's Hope. Coeur de Valet has pulled to the extreme outside, then Flighty Hunter, Ruled to win, and Noble Red. 300 metres out, Baghdad Boy is the leader. Duke's Hope having another crack at him on the outside. Noble Red's coming home hard in the middle. Coeur de Valet and Sir Success on the outside. Plenty of chances, 50 metres to go. Baghdad Boy's just in front. Noble Red grabbed him, and Noble Red's been able to beat Baghdad Boy or Coeur de Valet. Fourth in Sir Success, followed in by Duke's Hope, and the next one home, Analysis Lad, Narang Bar. Watch the time, Flighty Hunter, and ruled to win pretty disappointing and finishing last.
Number 8, the winner in the first event in Brisbane. Number 8, Noble Red first. Second placing probably on the inside, number 1, Baghdad Boy, just in front of number 2, Coeur de Valet. So 8, 1 and 2 should be the numbers after the first in Brisbane. Race 2 up there is the Australian Airlines handicap at 1:05. Was a dead heat between numbers 1 and 3, Raj Sindh and Roses and Lace. And third placing in the race went to number 5, Not Political. So couldn't be a tighter start to racing out there at Sandown Park. A dead heat in the first event between numbers 1 and 3 with number 5 third. So let's check that result now in race 1. Rose Sin paid 55 cents for the win and 75 cents for the place. Roses and Lace, $5.45 for the win and $2.85 for the place. Not Political third, paid $3.50. Quinella for the dead heaters, 1 and 3, $9.45. Now the trifectas, 1, 3 and 5. $67.15, and the trifecta on 3, 1 and 5, $162.85. So that's the result of the first event from Sandown Park. Now candidates are at the stalls in Adelaide for the running of the first event.
Racing here, and a fair start on the rise the inside, one of the best away from Karen Kate, more in a moment, and going fast 2 Star Sign Girl. Just behind them out deep Heroic Vintage, Margot Miss the centre and Aspiring Wonder, then Esteem followed by Omnis Speed, and further back All Stella. Further back in the field, Gangles being passed on the outside by Watchful Lady, who found herself a long way back off the pace, and 5 to Praxides. They've strung right out as they work onto the turn at the 800 metre mark, and Karen Kate took over 2 lengths to On the Rise. Star Sign Girl runs the big race on the outside, equal second. A length and a half more in a moment. Back on the inside, Aspiring Wonder getting right up on the rail, and then Heroic Vintage there, 6 to Margot Miss, 3 or 4 lengths away then. Came Watchful Lady, who got well back. All Stellar, Omni Speed and Esteem next from Gangles and Praxides. On the turn, they're drifting out deep already, and going to the clear lead, Karen Kate by a couple of lengths to Star Sign Girl, and On the Rise was third. It's under pressure, then further back Aspiring Wonder shifting course, followed by more in a moment, and Heroic Vintage. Karen Kate clear at the 200. She's found the outer going. A length and a half, Star Sign Girl there, 4 in front of On the Rise, having a duel with Heroic Vintage, who's finishing better than her. It's Karen Kate the leader, right up against the outside. Heroic Vintage is making up a lot of ground. Star Sign Girl sticks on well, but Karen Kate's going to break through. A deserved win. She deserved a win one, and she's cracked it today. Star Sign Girl second, Heroic Vintage third, then On the Rise more in a moment. On the Speed made ground, then Aspiring Wonder, who got well back towards the finish, with making up some ground. Watchful Lady, but never travelled well. Esteem and Margot Miss further back in the field. Praxides one of the last, and Gangles beating it home, and so too did All Stella.
Ron sees them 12, 10 and 1 on the first event, and I think that's the pattern of racing today. We're going to see them coming through the car park in Adelaide by the look of it, because they are going to stick to the outside fence for the remainder of the day. You can be sure of that. 12 and 75 cents for the place. Baghdad Boy was second, 75. Third, Coeur de Valet, 90 cents. Quinella paid $3.50, and the trifecta, $23.95. Race number 2 from Sandown this afternoon. Winner Karen Kate, $3.35 and $1.10. Second was Star Sign Girl, $2.40. Third, Heroic Vintage, $1.40. Quinella paid $19.25, and the trifecta was $246.50. Back now to Sydney.
Side, they set the racing. Problematical has missed it 2 lengths, and Visalia wide out with Galspray, the first 2 to go. Getting away well on the inside as Peace Spinner, and they were followed by Bold Captive, So Joyful, and La Golondrina. On the inside is Cord Destiny, Secret Path from La Merla. Problematic, she stepped in, and Turbo Sister. Inside the 800, Good Bustle on here for the lead. On the inside, Peace Spinner just has it from Visalia. Bold Captive out 3 wide is working hard, and 2 to Galspray. Golly, it settled nicely behind the Speed. 2.5 to So Joyful, Treetop Creek, and they were followed by Secret Path, Cord Destiny. 2 lengths away, La Merla, followed on the inside by La Golondrina. Problematic. 3 to She Stepped In, and Turbo Sister. Near the bend, Bold Captive the outside, Visalia the centre, and Peace Spinner the rails vie for the lead. There's a beautiful run there for Galspray as it comes through, followed by So Joyful and Secret Path. The leader is Peace Spinner, but Galspray has got it quickly. So Joyful is issuing a challenge clear of Bold Captive and Secret Path, but Galspray Spray has raced to the lead at the 2:20 and is looking the goods. In second place, So Joyful and Peace Spinner battling out the Midas from Visalia and Secret Path, but Gal Spray is going to win as easily this afternoon as it did the other day. Gal Spray wins with the proverbial leg in the air. Gal Spray by 7 lengths. Peace Spinner has boxed on well to get second. Third.
And one that missed it was Caledonian Concord. He didn't want to jump away at all. Believable Son of Vengeance Cartridge Case have jumped away well with Arcazan. Here's the first of 13 on their trip over 4,000 metres, and Son of Vengeance has his head in front, heading down towards the winning post, and he'll cross over Morn now to lead a length and a half to Cartridge Case. They're followed by Italian Verdict, and the leader jumped it beautifully. Then Sir Rhythmic on the outside, then Italian Verdict, and wide as Arcazan from Caledonian Concord. Going very fiercely out of the straight there, Caledonian Concord from Haven Court. Further back, Surveillance, and last of all is Quartermaster. Heading to the back of the track now, and the leader, Son of Vengeance, on the first round of the Australian hurdle by 2.5. Cartridge Case is second. The leader got out 3.5 now in front of Cartridge Case, 2 to Italian Verdict. Most of these are pulling, including Sir Rhythmic going up fourth, and then Haven Court on the inside of Believable. Arcazan, Surveillance, Caledonian Concord, and last of all is Quartermaster. Down by the 1,400 metre mark in the first round. Down the back straight they go. Son of Vengeance by 3 lengths. Second placing is Cartridge Case. Italian Verdict moved up on his outside. Sir Rhythmic having a little trouble settling. He's running fourth as he comes to that next hurdle. 4 lengths further back, Believable, a length then Surveillance, and then Haven Court, then Arcazan, and 2 to Quartermaster and Caledonian Concord. He's had to let it run now, Sir Rhythmic, and it moved up on the outside of Son of Vengeance going over that one, and they're 2.5 Italian Verdict, 4 to Cartridge Case, 2 to Believable pulling. On the inside of him, Surveillance, 4 lengths further back, Quartermaster, Caledonian Concord, Arcazan, and Haven Court is last of all. At the next, stride for stride they go over it. Son of Vengeance and Sir Rhythmic together. 3 to Italian Verdict, 5 then to Cartridge Case, followed on the outside of him by Surveillance. The jockey's lost his cap. Out 3 deep, Believable, 4 lengths further back, Caledonian Concord. Then came Quartermaster, Arcazan, and 4 to Haven Court last of all. Sir Rhythmic's gone to the front now as they run up to the 600 metre mark on this first lap, and with about 2,800 metres to go, it's Sir Rhythmic in front by a length and a half. Son of Vengeance second on the inside of Italian Verdict. 2 to Cartridge Case, Believable on the outside of Surveillance. 3 to Quartermaster, Caledonian Concord, Arcazan, Haven Court last of all. Back from where they've started, here's this hurdle coming up at the 300 metre mark, and the leader jumped it well. It's Sir Rhythmic by a length. Second on the inside, Son of Vengeance. Outside him, Italian Verdict, a length then to Cartridge Case. Believable 3 deep, Surveillance in the middle, and then Caledonian Concord, Arcazan, Quartermaster, and last of all, Haven Court. A lap to go. Oh, the leader pecked at it too, Sir Rhythmic. Got away with it though, with his experience. About a length and a half in front of Italian Verdict with a lap to go now. 2,100 metres out. Son of Vengeance getting the run of the race on the rail, and they're followed on the outside by Believable. Then Caledonian Concord. Over on the inside of him, Surveillance. Harnett about to get busy from Cartridge Case, Quartermaster, Arcazan, and Haven Court is last of all. They've got 5 hurdles to get over. 1,600 metres out in the Australian hurdle, and the leader, Sir Rhythmic. Going into the back straight for the last time. Sir Rhythmic by a length to Believable. He's still pulling second, a half then to Son of Vengeance, third the rail. Then Italian Verdict from Caledonian Concord. Cartridge Case is on the inside, and they're bunched up like welter horses from Quartermaster. Then Arcazan, Surveillance last of the main pack, but only 6 from the lead, and 2 to Haven Court. 5 hurdles out, 1,300 metres out, down the back straight they go. Sir Rhythmic by 3/4, Believable. Away from the fence went Son of Vengeance. Italian Verdict on his outside. Cartridge Case poked up on the rail. A length into Quartermaster, followed on the outside by Caledonian Concord. Surveillance 4 lengths from the lead. 2 lengths to Arcazan, and Haven Court last of all. Over the one at the 11.50, and on the outside, Believable got his head in front of Sir Rhythmic, and Cartridge Case got a run up on the fence. Right behind them, running on Italian Verdict with Quartermaster. They've bunched up with Son of Vengeance and Caledonian Concord. Coming to the third last, over the one at the 800, and over on the inside, Cartridge Case just in front. Coming at him, old Italian Verdict. Caledonian Concord further out. A half further back than Sir Rhythmic. Son of Vengeance pulled out deep from then Quartermaster, the rail, and Haven Court. Running up with about 750 metres to go. Sir Rhythmic the first one beaten. It's Italian Verdict and Caledonian Concord. 2 hurdles to go in the Australian hurdle. 3 lengths in front of Son of Vengeance going back to the rail, and then Quartermaster running on fairly, and forget the others headed by Surveillance. Italian Verdict, the leader, straightening up a neck in front of Caledonian Concord. 2 further back, Son of Vengeance pulled to the outside with Quartermaster running on. Down towards the second last, Italian Verdict, Caledonian Court, and on the outside, Quartermaster from Son of Vengeance. Quartermaster moved up to take the lead, heading towards the last hurdle. He got the upper hand from Italian Verdict and Caledonian Concord, but he's got victory in sight with 1 hurdle to go. It's Quartermaster kicking away. Here he comes to it, pecked at it, landed 3 in front. He's in front of Son of Vengeance, running on again from Caledonian Concord. Concord, but it's Quartermaster. Quartermaster, a length and a half to Son of Vengeance. 2 lengths away, third Caledonian Concord. A gap to Italian Verdict. Then Surveillance, a long way back in the field then. Haven Court, Cartridge Case, and Sir Rhythmic has only beaten one in. And that's believable. And coming to grief at the last is Arkazan. He looks badly winded. The jockey is OK, R. Anderson. They've knocked the panel out. And very badly winded. Laying on the track at the moment is Arkazan, with Quartermaster coming with a long sustained run, and this first season hurdler coming home to win the Australian hurdle over Son of Vengeance, and 2 or 3 lengths away in third place in Caledonian Concord, and the numbers are 5, 3 and 7. 5, 3 and 7 on the Australian hurdle. The winner, Quartermaster, number 5, $2 the win and 90 a place. Number 3, Son of Vengeance, second, to pay 95, and third, number 7, Caledonian Concord, to pay $1.05. Sir Rhythmic was inclined to pull early, and he went to the front, and he wanted to hang on a little, but he was the first one beaten when the pressure was on about 700 metres from home, and he dropped right out, Sir Rhythmic, to finish with about second last, actually.
They're set, the racing. Problematical has missed at 2 lengths, and Visalia wide out with Galspray, the first 2 to go. Getting away well on the inside is Peace Spinner, and they were followed by Bold Captive, So Joyful, and La Golondrina. On the inside is Cord Destiny, Secret Path from La Merla, Problematic. She stepped in, and Turbo Sister. Inside the 800, Good Bustle on here for the lead. On the inside, Peace Spinner just has it from Visalia. Bold Captive out 3 wide is working hard, and 2 to Galspray. Golly, it settled nicely behind the speed. 2.5 to So Joyful, Treetop Creek, and they were followed by Secret Path, Cord Destiny. 2 lengths away, La Merla, followed on the inside by La Golondrina, Problematic. 3 to She Stepped In, and Turbo Sister. Near the bend, Bold Captive, the outside, Visalia, the centre, and Peace Spinner, the rails, vie for the lead. There's a beautiful run there for Galspray as it comes through, followed by So Joyful and Secret Path. The leader is Peace Spinner, but Galspray has got it quickly. So Joyful is issuing a challenge clear of Bold Captive and Secret Path, but Galspray has raced to the lead at the 2:20 and is looking the goods. In second place, So Joyful and Peace Spinner battling out the Midas from Visalia and Secret Path, but Galspray is going to win as easily this afternoon as it did the other day. Galspray wins with the proverbial leg in the air. Galspray by 7 lengths. Peace Spinner has boxed on well to get second. Third was So Joyful, followed by La Golondrina, Secret Path. They were followed home on the inside by She Stepped In, Treetop Creek, and La Merla, followed in by Turbo Sister, Visalia, which wasn't a bad run. Bold Captive knocked up from Cord Destiny, and Problematic wound up at the rear.
And here are the final stages of race 2 in Sydney, and you can see this has absolutely trotted in Galspray with Apprentice A. Cavallo in the saddle, and it's won by 6 or 7 lengths in the run home from Peace Spinner, number 5, and So Joyful, number 1. Tight shot of the winner going to the line, and there's the wide shot with the winner Galspray first and Daylight in second placing. 4, 5 and 1 on race number 2 in Sydney. The third event there, only a small field. 5 Peace Spinner, which returned 75 cents, and third, number 1 So Joyful, paid $1 even. Quinella, $9.15, and the trifecta was $34.35. Now we're standing by to take you to Brisbane for the win, and 90 cents for the place. Son of Vengeance second, 90. Third, Caledonian Concord paid $1.05. Quinella, $5.90. Trifecta, $82.45. The running double 1 and 5, $2.90, and the running double 3 and 5, $27.30. Of course, a dead heat in the first event. Now up at Brisbane, they are having the same problem as Sydney.
Money for it. Now the light is on there racing, or one that stood there and threw its head up in the air and missed it badly, Macedon Star, and checked the deck. They were a bit slow to get going. Now Mill Trooper, the leader from Runaway Switch, and there's Macedon Star quickly racing up now to go to the front, and settling down it's Macedon Star in front of Orchestra Man, I'm a Redman, and Check the Deck is out 3 deep, followed by Runaway Switch, Kentucky Hostess. 2 lengths further back, Starlet Princess from Mill Trooper, Red Rattler, and Paris Tram is last of all. Down past the 100-metre mark and heading towards the winning post here, and the leader is Macedon Star by a half length to Orchestra Man. A length further back, Check the Deck third. Over on the inside, getting a nice run as I'm a Redmond fourth. On the outside of him, Kentucky Hostess the grey. 2 to Runaway Switch, and then came Starlet Princess. 1 away from the fence, and Mill Trooper pushed out 3 deep, and 2 lengths to Paris Tram and Red Rattler. Out of the straight they go, 1,700 metres out, and Orchestra Man moved up on the outside of this leader, Macedon Star. They're together by 2.5 to Check the Deck, and Orchestra Man now went to the front from Macedon Star, and neck third on the outside, Check the Deck. Two further back, Kentucky Hostess on the outside of Ima Redmond. Then Runaway Switch going around the outside of it. Mill Trooper still out 3 deep. Starlet Princess got back to second last. On the inside of it, Paris Tram and Red Rattler last of all. Orchestra Man in front going down the back with 1,350 metres to go. A neck in front of on the outside, Check the Deck, and they're 3 lengths in advance of Macedon Star third. A length Kentucky Hostess fourth, and they're followed by Ima Redmond on the inside of Mill Trooper. He can't get on the track. In the centre there is Runaway Switch and then Paris Tram. A half to Starlet Princess, about 8 from the lead and 2 to Red Rattler. Coming off the back, 1,000 to go, and the leader Orchestra Man by 2. Check the Deck is second, 2 then to Macedon Star. Kentucky Hostess a neck away fourth, then Mill Trooper out 3 deep. Ima Redmond looking for a way clear on the inside there of further back Runaway Switch, followed by Starlet Princess, Paris Tram and 2 to Red Rattler. The Boulder in front as they go to the 700 metre mark. It's Orchestra Man by 4 lengths. Kentucky Hostess went to second. Check the Deck is gone. Mill Trooper went to third. 3 to Runaway Switch. Ima Redmond pulled out, but he's 8 lengths from them, and a length and a half behind him is the favourite Starlet Princess. They've got a lot of ground to make up. Around the turn, and the 3-year-old filly dashed to the front, Kentucky Hostess, and she raced away from Orchestra Man. 2 lengths then Mill Trooper third. A gap to Ima Redmond running on fairly. Under a lot of pressure further back, Starlet Princess, and Red Rattler's running home well, but at the 250, and the leader is over on the inside, Kentucky Hostess. A length and a half to Mill Trooper trying to get to her. Red Rattler coming home pretty well. Kentucky Hostess in front, 100 out. Mill Trooper almost on terms. It's Kentucky Hostess from Mill Trooper and Red Rattler. Mill Trooper getting to Kentucky Hostess. Kentucky Hostess, Mill Trooper. Oh, I reckon she fought back and won, Kentucky Hostess, and nose. 2 Mill Trooper, little between them. Third is Red Rattler. A gap further back, Starlet Princess, and then back behind them, Runaway Switch, Ima Redmond. He's not racing well. Then further back in the field, Paris Tram from Orchestra Man. Then came Check the Deck and Macedon Star, the last runner in. Well, another tight finish here with a grey filly dashing away and getting a break on them. Kentucky Hostess. Mill Trooper gradually wearing it down, getting towards the post ahead of Red Rattler. And the judge calling on the print here. Young rider on Kentucky Hostess, or Kevin Forrester I should say, has got plenty out of it. Just don't know whether Mill Trooper's got it on the post or not. The heads are up and down as they come to the wire. Mill Trooper gradually getting to it. Whether it got the bob at the right time, Mill Trooper, its head was going back.
200 metres, 2:05 the starting time. No scratchings, a field of 13. And let's get the thoughts.
This time, off to a pretty good start. Gypsy Rogue and Insulair both began very quickly. Duke of Rutland and Derby Eyed showing speed near the inside, and then Applethorpe, Lad, Princess Streak and Rare Chairess getting back in the field on the outside of Stock Take. Second last is Iced Up, and Big Raps drops out last. They head up towards the first turn, not a great deal of speed on. Derby Eyed takes the lead from Duke of Rutland, leads by a length and a half. Another length and a half to the favourite Gypsy Rogue, Princess Streak on the outside of Stock Take, then Insulair. Rancheres is next on the inside, picking up ground on the inside of Applethorpe Lad, then Big Raps, and Iced Up last of all. Coming down the side, 600 metres out. The leader, Derby Eyed, a length in front. Duke of Rutland second. 3/4 of a length away third. Gypsy Rogue a little bit wide. Stock Take next on the inside. Wonder Rancheres saving ground on the rails. Then Insulair and Princess Streak, Applethorpe Lad. Followed by Big Raps and Iced Up at the rear. Coming around the home turn, 400 metres out. They've got this favourite Trap very deep, but he's cruised up to them to hit the lead. And it's Gypsy Rogue going to the front now from Duke of Rutland. Derby Eye's gone. Then Stock Take.